Man, I really wish it would rain. It never rains anymore. Okay, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. It rains all the time. So, like 2018, we had the most rainfall ever recorded here in central Kentucky where I live. If you're a fellow Kentuckian, you know all it does is rain anymore. And then last year, we were on pace to tie the record that we had set just the year prior in 2018. But then in the fall, we ended up having like 6 weeks where it actually stopped raining for a while. So ended up not breaking the record. And then this year, 2020 so far, it's just been raining cats and dogs. That's all it does is rain. Rain, rain, rain. So the point to all this is, if you have a Jeep, everybody wants to know, does it leak? So today I'm going to briefly talk about the leaking or lack thereof on this Jeep and the one I had before it. And also, a lot of people have noticed that I have a different top on there, and they've asked me about that top. So let me tell you how this top has been working out now that I've had one for quite some time. So first of all, I'll mention that my JL Wrangler and my JT Gladiator both had the hardtop from the factory. I prefer the hardtop because of the climate that we have here. It rains and snows, and you don't very frequently get extended periods of time without any precip. So the hardtop just works out better for me. And in both cases, my Jeeps didn't have any leaks at all, completely bone dry. The JL and now the Gladiator JT, both of them bone dry. And so I'm really happy with the hardtop. I'm talking about the hardtop and the Freedom panels. They work great, and they really do a great job of keeping the rain out. So no leaks, no issues with that whatsoever. Now my old JK Wranglers, I did have a few minor leakage issues with those, particularly back there where the Freedom panels meet up with the hardtop. That seemed to always be the trouble spot for me. But on these new ones, JL, JT, I don't see any issues at all. I think they've really done a good job of addressing it, and no problems at all with water coming in, at least not on the two that I've had. So yes, those of you with a keen eye have noticed that I have a Sunrider for hardtop on this truck, and a lot of people have asked me about it. So let me tell you about it. So this came out at the end of 2018 when the JL Wranglers had just been out for less than a year, and it was a new product at the end of 2018. So I went ahead and got one, and then I ended up reusing it when I turned in my JL Wrangler lease early and got this JT Gladiator. I ended up reusing it. Now the cool thing about the Sunrider for hardtop obviously is that it basically replaces your Freedom panels. So you know, it's kind of cool that you can take the Freedom panels off separately, but I find that they're heavy, they're bulky, it's hard to find somewhere to store them where they won't get scratched up and chipped and all that. And so I was looking for kind of something to replace them with anyway, and when they came out with these, I thought, man, that's just the best of both worlds, because all you have to do is pull two latches right there, and then the entire thing just pops right open. So from inside the truck here, and you probably can't see it because it's dark, but it's just literally two latches. There we go. Somebody just turned the lights on. There's a latch there, and then there's one right over there. I mean, it's just a few seconds, and then boom, completely open air, which is just awesome. And the thing that's just so awesome about it is there's nothing to store. There's nothing bulky to store, nothing to lift off of the Jeep. You just literally undo the latches, and then boom, you have completely open air in a matter of seconds. Now this particular one is the twill fabric. You can get these in a couple of different finishes, or different fabrics. I mean, you got the standard black diamond, and then this one is the twill, and it's very thick, very heavy duty. You can tell a significant difference in the fabric just by touching it. And actually, you can probably see there, the color in this particular fabric is so rich and so vibrant that it creates a mismatch with the rest of the hardtop. You know, the rest of the hardtop ends up having that almost a charcoal gray look to it. Well, this black color in the Sunrider fabric is so rich that it doesn't really even match. So it kind of stands out when it's on the Jeep. But this top right here has not leaked at all. I mean, you can see, whoa, as I'm getting ready to fall off the truck here. But I was wanting to show you, I mean, it's just bone dry in here. Absolutely no water whatsoever gets in here, and it has been raining like crazy, and it just stays completely dry. You can see some water up here on the seal at the top of the windshield, but then you've got another seal back here that's completely dry. So the top does its job. It keeps all the water outside, and nothing gets in here at all. I've had this thing on for over a year. I've had it on here for 20,000 miles of use between the JL and now the JT. And through all the storms, all the rain, all the automatic car washes that I've been through, this thing has not had a single drop of water come in. It's been completely dry. So I'm very happy with it. It's so easy to use, and it's completely bone dry inside the Jeep when it's closed. Now, the other issue I'll mention is just the wind noise. That has seemed to have gone away, and I think what happened is when the Freedom panels are on here, they kind of overlap, and the way they press on the seals, it creates a little bit of a divot in the seal. And so when you first take those Freedom panels off and you put a different style of header on there, you have a little bit of a gap that wind can come through. But then over time, as the seals relax and conform back to their normal shape, I think it kind of seals everything back off again, because the noise ended up going away on its own. So I don't really have any issues with wind noise at all now. I mean, if you get out on the highway and you're running 80 miles an hour, or if it's a super windy day, you can hear some wind coming in. I mean, that's just part of it. But for the most part, the noise has gone away. And like I said, it's completely watertight. So I'm still really happy with the top overall. Now, I don't know if I can see it or not. Probably not, but the one thing that I wish they would do better, oh, it's down here, is you have this cable, right? So there's a little cable that goes through here. And the point of that is that when you close it, see, it stretches out and it holds the fabric down in there tight. And the way they attach that back here, and unfortunately we're not going to be able to see it, but they have what they call a Z clip. So it's just shaped like the letter Z, and it goes into a hole right there, and it holds that cable in place. Well, those Z clips are a pain in the rear end, and they use those Z clips on these Sunrider tops, but they also use them on the full soft tops like the Trek top that they sell for the JL. They have them on there too, and I really hate those. I don't like those Z clips. Sometimes, like on this top, the first time I installed it, it was really difficult just to get them in there, and then sometimes they'll just pop out on their own or whatever. So I wish they would come up with something better just to attach that cable to the framework. But that's my only complaint. Let me see if I can get back up here again and show you. Oh, it's kind of dirty. I need to wash it. But you can see how really nice that fabric is. It's really thick. Almost like the, almost kind of like the convertible tops you would see on like an exotic car. You know, an expensive European car. I mean, it's just a really nice fabric. And like I said, I need to obviously get up here and clean it. Got some bird droppings or something on here, but it does clean up nice also. So, nice seal there all along the front windshield. And it seals really good back here also with the hardtop. So again, you can definitely see a contrast there between the fabric top on the front and the hardtop on the back, because again, the color is just so rich on the Bestop Sunrider. But basically, I just wanted to take a few minutes here and talk about that, because a lot of people have asked me about it. Yes, it's a fantastic product. I'd buy it all over again. No, it doesn't leak a drop. It's completely weather tight, and it's been holding up great. Like I said, I've probably been using it for about 20,000 miles now, and it's just as nice today as it was the day I bought it. It's fantastic. Great product. Personally, I think they're kind of overpriced, because they're, for just a couple $100 more, you can get a full soft top if you got a Wrangler. But it's a fantastic product, and I really, really like it. So there you go. If you've been wondering about that, yeah, I think you should get one. It just makes it so much easier. You know, if you live in a climate like ours where it rains all the time, you know, it's very inconvenient to have to take the hardtop on and off all the time. So this gives you the ability on the days where it is kind of nice outside to just throw it open real quick, and then the next day it'll be raining again, you can close it. and you don't have to fool with all the hardware to take the top completely on and off. So that's obviously the advantage here. You know, if I lived in like Southern California or Southern Florida, somewhere where it's sunny and warm a whole lot of the time, you know, maybe I would just take the whole top off, you know, or maybe buy a full soft top. But, you know, here in the eastern part of the country, this is a great option because it gives you more opportunity to enjoy the Jeep for its open air feel, while still enjoying the benefits and security of the hardtop. So there you go. Fantastic product. Thanks, Bestop. I really appreciate it. So one of the other things I made the mistake of doing while I was bored the other day is I started to add up, you know, how much I've spent on mods for this truck. And obviously I haven't gone nuts. You know, it's just got a lot of basic things on it that guys like, and that can be kind of useful. But you know, like I started adding up the bumper and the winch and the wheels and the tires and the splash guard, step rails, the bed cover, the window tint, you know, just the stuff that I've added to this truck since I brought it home. Started adding that up in my head, and man, the number kind of scared me to death. So I might discuss that a little bit. But the funny thing about it is, though, I tried to do everything on a budget, and I felt like that I got some really good deals on a lot of this stuff, and still, you know, it gets up into the thousands of dollars pretty quickly. So that might be an interesting topic just for the heck of it to start talking about one day here in the near future. But anyhow, I'm going to quit rambling now. Bestop Sunrider, if you want one, you should get one because I can highly recommend those. They're really, really cool. Thanks for watching, guys, and we'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.